it's going to be, if you end up in a long-term care facility, depending what's wrong with you and how skilled a care you need, it's going to cost you anywhere from a low, and I mean low, bargain basement price, good luck finding it, of about $30,000 a year, to I have a client that's spending $120,000 a year on their care. The average is probably more like $50,000, $60,000, somewhere in that range. Again, it depends. Dementia takes more because they have to almost watch it 24 hours a day. That costs money. Now, there's 3 ways to pay for it. You can pay for it yourself. So imagine how much, because you probably have a spouse, and if you don't, maybe you want one. But if you get a spouse, the spouse may not be in long-term care, and you may be in long-term care. So those expenses, the regular expenses you have right now, don't go away, because that person still has to eat, have a car, have a place to live, all that kind of stuff, and you need the long-term care. So we're talking $30,000 to $60,000 to $100,000 in addition to what you're already spending. Okay. Now, tell me that wouldn't burden most people. Some people can afford that. Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, whoever the president of GE is, I forget. Not me. I don't know, maybe you. So that's one way. Another way is let the government pay for it. Okay. And that's it, to get Medicare to pay for it. The way you do that is to have no money. You have no assets, or very, very little assets. I'm talking in a few thousands of dollars, virtually no income, and then they'll pay for it.
So is that important to have?
So if you're in between, you have assets, you have income you're trying to protect. You have, let's say you have, $300,000, $400,000, even a few $100,000 in a 401k, IRA, whatever, that you're expecting your spouse to live on while you're retired. You don't want to have to spend that all the way down to virtually nothing in order to go ahead and live in your long-term care facility, to have the care that you need. In that case, you need insurance, because that's the third way you do it. You then buy future protection by buying long-term care insurance. And you got to do it long before you need it. If you're unhealthy, you're old, whatever, guess what? They either won't cover you, or it's going to cost a lot of money to cover you. Because it's like, you don't wait till you're in a hospital to get health care insurance. You don't wait till you're heading to the long-term care facility to get long-term care insurance.
We want to think in advance concerning our future.
Most experts say around the mid-50s is when you begin shopping for that stuff, because that's when you have fairly low costs and you're far enough away the insurance companies don't murder you with premiums.
Well, of course, we've been hearing questions and answers, and we're going to come back in a couple of minutes with a couple more questions about our money, about your money, and about, our finances overall. We'll be right back with more Good Neighbors after this commercial break.